Welcome back to this already the final segment of today's Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Great show today, and you know what? It's brought to you in part by our friends over there at ACG New York, and really appreciate them and the great contribution that they give us in terms of excellent guests and so much more, learning about the middle markets. Man, it's been a kind of a fun show. But I got to tell you, it's been a sobering week. You know, I used to love the Snake, Kenny Stabler, great player, a lot of swagger, great attitude, horrible tenure as a Houston Oiler. Yeah. What did that last, one season?
Yeah, end of his career.
But he had a great career, and just I don't know, seemed like a real kind of guy. Passed away, colon cancer, I hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why was he the Snake? Where'd that come from?
That's a good question. You would ask me that. And this is where being prepared before you do a segment is always helpful. I have no idea. I'm trying to think.
Probably his moves. You know, he could move.
Yeah, for a quarterback, he would, and especially for that era where quarterbacks still try to plant themselves.
Yeah.
You know, I think that probably
because he was in the Terry Bradshaw era. You know, he just stand behind the line and throw, not scramble.
Exactly, and he liked to move, and he moved rather well for a white guy.
Yeah.
So you know, and I hate it when I see people that I remember growing, you know, as a kid watching as a kid. And, here we go. Yeah. During his high school career, he earned a nickname, the Snake, from his coach following a long, winding touchdown run.
Oh, wow.
You know, so he...
So it was his moves. There you go.
So it was his moves, absolutely. And although a lot of snakes, he kind of slither slowly. But apparently it worked. It got him a touchdown. And really a phenomenal career, did extremely well. Two-time Super Bowl champion.
Wow.
No, one-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl 11, four-time Pro Bowl selection. Really good, outstanding career.
I'm glad you said Super Bowl 11 because I've lost my ability to read Roman numerals, and I'm totally lost on what the actual number is anymore.
Can you write cursive?
Yes, I can.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm trying to see, but you know something I see conspicuously absent from here is Hall of Fame. He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Maybe he will be.
Yeah, that's interesting. He is, according to this, Stabler is only the only quarterback. Is the only quarterback from the 1970s the all 70s team. In other words, they chose the best players of the 1970s, and he was on that team. And he's the only one not to be in the Hall of Fame.
Boy, when you think of all the guys that were so great in the 70s, that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like Mean Joe Green and all those guys that were on those great teams of the 70s, the Packers. Of course, he was amazing, though. So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And he was actually listed in the top 10 players in the quarterback position in the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
I mean, he would have been in there. And they say that his off-field scandals, you know, partying and partying too hardy, which may have all contributed to his health. You know, I can't help but thinking that too much fun is dangerous. It seems to be what I'm hearing.
Depends on what you're having fun with. Anyway.
Yeah, he'd only been diagnosed in February, so that means he probably already has stage 4.
Yeah.
You know, typical male, probably, you know, going through God knows how much pain before it became so crippling that maybe it's time to see, you know, what's going on here.
Go to the doctor,
And, you know, here he is just a few months later, he had passed away. So very sad.
John Madden was his coach. It was interesting reading an article yesterday where Madden was talking about him as a player. You know, you associate him now with commentaries and video games rather than actual coaching. But so, yeah, that's interesting.
He was a phenomenal coach.
Yeah.
Phenomenal coach. You know why he stopped coaching, right? He stopped coaching because he didn't like to fly and he had to take a train wherever he went.
And that got old?
He got real old. And, you know, his team would get there way before him, leaving way after him. And, you know, it just killed so much time. And so my understanding, he finally did some flying, but he hated it. He absolutely loathed it. And so with TV commentary, you know, he'd have a game a week, you know, and so he just, you know, And usually they were big marketplaces anyway. And so he always asked for the New York area because that's where he tended to be. So. All right, according to the music, I'm out of time, and the next thing you know, you'll hear nothing, but I'll still be talking. So I'll just call it a show. Have a great week, great day, spending it right here on this station.